tried. These are the Hint of Lime chips. They're not from Chipotle. I'm probably just gonna like mix in and do soft spoken as well. So here is the first bite. This is so good. I really need to work on finding the perfect angle from my YouTube videos, because I feel like my viewpoint with the tripods that I have only gets like up here, and it doesn't get the view of my desk, and I want to be able to do that. So that's my next mission, because I'd like you guys to be able to see my food while I'm eating it. My Chipotle order is always the same. I get chicken, white rice, pinto beans, lettuce, cheese, corn salsa. Their corn salsa is so good. And then I also get sour cream. I love sour cream. Honestly, if it were up to me, I would get light chicken, but they never give you the option for that. Also, I say this in all my other videos where I'm eating. I apologize if you do not like mouth sounds, eating sounds. I try not to be annoying with it, but I love watching mukbangs. Which is funny because in real life, if I hear people chewing, it sends me through the roof. I just changed the layout of my camera. I don't know how it's gonna turn out. So I just finished watching a documentary on Netflix about, it's called the Instagram's Worst Con Artist, or the search for Instagram's Worst Con Artist. And it's about a woman named Belle Gibson. She is a woman who faked having terminal brain cancer and ended up developing and getting a book deal for a book called like The Whole Pantry or something. And the publisher was Penguin, it's a very well-known publisher. But the key of the story is that she didn't actually have terminal brain cancer. She also tried to make claims that she had secondary cancer as a result of the brain cancer. And so then, as a result of that, she had so many people that were cancer patients, people with terminal illness, that identified with her and were listening to what she said, which is obviously very problematic because it's a lie. Really scary part and really unethical part is that she was trying to say that she had this terminal cancer, brain cancer, and that she wasn't doing conventional treatment with, medical help. She was doing it, healing herself from within by eating healthy foods. And so that's obviously very scary if you have actual people with real cancer that are following this and thinking, oh, she looks so great and glowy. Because keep in mind, she didn't really have cancer, so she didn't look any different. She looked like she was thriving. She looked healthy, full head of hair, everything, like, because she didn't really have cancer. And so it's damaging and scary because people with actual real cancer and terminal illness will look at that and think, oh, I'm gonna do what she's doing, which is just eat these healthy foods in her book, and then I'll cure myself. And it's like, no, it was a lie. And so when I was watching it, all I kept thinking about was how much this story reminded me of Elizabeth Holmes. I don't know if you guys remember her. She was a former CEO of Theranos, I think is what it was called. But essentially she was a CEO who created this technology where, and I think it was called the Edison was the machine that she used because she was inspired by Thomas Edison. But anyway, she created technology where all you would need as a patient to get a full blood panel was 1 drop of blood. Because at this moment, if you need panels done, you need multiple vials of blood. And so the appeal to it was, oh, only 1 drop of blood, and we could tell you all these things about your health, so on and so forth. But that was also a lie. That technology did not work. And she was getting millions and millions and millions of dollars from investors, thinking this was like revolutionary. She's like the female Steve Jobs. She also dressed like Steve Jobs. And she did that funny thing with her voice where she made it deeper than what it was. Anyway, similar to the Belle Gibson story with like the whole pantry and the fake cancer, it took a really long time for people to start asking questions and figuring out what the truth was. And it's just insane to think about how long these people go with these lies and people aren't asking questions, and it's just really dangerous. You know, it's scary to think that, like, with the Elizabeth Holmes story, there were people that were using her blood machine, her Edison machine, because it was put in CVS. I think she had like a contract with CVS. And these people were getting results back that were totally inaccurate and saying things about their health that they were like, I know I don't have this issue. What's going on? And so that's obviously very, very scary and problematic. They're both damaging, but it's just really scary how if it's not checked and verified, this can have things can have real consequences on people. So yeah, that was an insane story. And if you haven't seen that documentary, it's the search for Instagram's worst con artist. Belle Gibson is the woman's name. I've never done a soft-spoken video. This is my first. I definitely feel more comfortable doing whispered. I don't know why. It feels like work trying to speak softly. I am so envious of people who have naturally calming voices, like their regular speaking voice is calming. I do not identify with that. I do not find my speaking voice to be very calming, in my opinion. I poured all these chips, and I'm not even using them. I usually like to scoop it up like this. I'm currently on my lunch break, and my background is not very aesthetic. I have a giant pile of laundry back there. I have a bunch of work stuff on the floor. I ended up having to go and get more printer paper that's on my bed as well. You know, I always think about how chill it would be to be just like simply an ASMR mukbang channel. But then I think I would gain so much weight if I did that, because I would just keep getting all kinds of crazy food. Let me know how you guys like this though. If you hate it, I won't do it. But if you like it, I will do more. There's no shortage of eating over here. especially if you're somebody who's not into ASMR or the internet, and then you come across somebody that you know doing it, you're like, wait, what in the world is going on? That was part of the reason why it took me so long to build up the courage to do ASMR, because I knew that there would be so many people in my real life that are like, what on earth are you doing? What is this content you're posting? But then I just realized, I was like, honestly, whatever. Like, it makes me happy. I consume it all the time. Why not, you know? The other thing is, I'm reading this book by Mel Robbins called The Let Them Theory. And it's basically, it's really applies to what I'm talking about, where it's like, let them have their opinion, let them talk about you, let them say what they want about ASMR. Just keep doing it if it makes you happy. And that's kind of how I feel, is like, I know that people laugh at it, and I know that people think that it's kind of cringy or weird if they're not in the community of it. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to focus on, you know, it makes me happy. I love doing it. It's like a hobby, and just continue to have fun with it. So anyway, I am all done. All that's left are like all the chicken pieces that I don't eat, because I don't like the big chicken pieces. I only like it if it's really small. So yeah, I barely ate any of the chips. Oh my god, there's a leaf blower outside. I hate the sound of a leaf blower. Anyway, sorry